go the distance. Yes, it does easily. 50 to Virat Kohli. Gets him going.
Your dad's death. Explain the situation that led to him unexpectedly passing.
I literally saw him take his last breath in front of me, and I tried to pump his chest and all that. Nothing worked. And my sister and my brother and my mother, they all broke down. And funnily enough, I couldn't cry at all. There was no emotion coming out of me, and I just became blank. I couldn't register what just happened. And then I called my coach in the morning and I asked him, or I told him what had happened. And then he asked me, "What do you want to do?" I said, "I want to go and play." So he said, "Are you sure?" And I was like,
Because you had a game that day.
yeah. And for me, leaving a cricket match was something which was not acceptable, regardless of what happened in life. Not going to a match was not an option I ever had. Now I feel like it was probably the most impactful thing that happened in my life, because I remember that day I came back from the game. After I got out, I came back to do the cremation and all the rituals that follow. And I remember telling my brother specifically that I am going to play for my country, and I am going to play this game at the highest level, and there's nothing else in life that can distract me anymore. Because it was my father's vision as well. He wanted me to, play at the highest level. I always knew that nothing else can distract me from achieving my goal. But the one thing that remained constant was every time I was down, every time I hit rock bottom, somehow I was able to put everything aside and say, right, I'm going to work hard and I'm going to get back up. So it's not like I made a promise that I'm never going to fall down. Obviously I was going to fall down. That's life. That is always going to happen in sport and life. Right now I feel so grateful that I could get that strength from such a bad time in my life as well.
So that's when you realize that you can't just sit there and crib about things that didn't go right. There are a lot of things that went right. A lot of times you've been dropped in situations where if you were not, you probably wouldn't be sitting here. Yeah. It's that fickle, it's that mindful. So if I had to look at what has gone wrong in my career, it's very easy to do that. But I look at what's gone right in my career and I'm grateful for that.
The dream you had as a child, you see that unfolding in front of your eyes, and that is a blessing. That is a true blessing, because you're able to work towards it. Again, the beauty of being in my profession, playing a sport, is that it didn't happen by chance. The blessing was there on your head. The hand was always there, but the hard work was the only thing that was in or given to you to do. Nothing else is in our control. We can only do things with the right intent, with the right outcome. That I did for whatever number of years I've been playing, since I started playing. So that makes me very, very grateful that I was able to live up to that blessing that I was given, and continue to do so till the time I play the sport.
The power of visualization and believing in yourself is so huge that we never tap into the potential of that fully. But it's only when you really put out all the distractions on the side and believe in yourself, you can do something which is not perceivable for people on the outside. I wanted to get back into the team so badly that that period, it was before all of this happened. This was when I played for the country and then I was left out. Those 13 months, I was so focused that I want to get back into the team, and my performances were such that the selectors could not ignore me after a while. So eventually I got my chance again. I kind of, in that adverse situation, kind of got a resilience that, hold on, maybe I can be different if I think different. So I went into my own space. Luckily, everything that's been bad in me, somehow I get that calling myself that you need to get it right. Like there hardly anyone coming and telling me, you're really messing up. It just comes from within. And then I saw myself in the mirror and I was like, you can't look like that if you're an international cricketer. I was like, how the hell are you going to continue like this if you don't take care of yourself? Boom. From next day onwards, I just changed everything about my diet. Hitting the gym 2 hours a day, just taking a day off a week, eating proper. I got away from all kinds of junk. I did not have a cheat day at all,
and within 8 to 10 months I lost about 6 or 7 kgs, and then from then on it became such an addiction because I saw the results on the field. I felt quicker, I felt lighter, felt more focused, and then I was like, man, this is the path I want to go.
When I go onto the field, that is also a huge part of me which wants to win at any cost. For that to happen, I will demand excellence because I'm willing to put myself on the line. If you want to achieve excellence, then I think you need to keep the system in mind, but not confine yourself to the system, if that makes sense. Because the fundamentals come from a system. I totally understand that. But you have to lay a foundation through the system. But beyond that, you have to build on the foundation to achieve excellence. Maybe because I've always been very demanding of myself. So I demanded excellence from people around me as well. We reached the finals of 2017 Champions Trophy, semis of World Cup, finals of Test Championship, and I was considered as a failed captain. So
you cannot make everyone happy all the time. This is the absolute truth. And why that happens is because certain individuals will not buy into the intensity of what you're saying immediately. So they try to find their own comfortable ways, which you have to ignore because the vision is priority.
I never judged myself from that point of view. I was never what we ended up achieving as a team and as a cultural change. For me, that's always going to be a matter of pride because a tournament happens for a certain period of time. But a culture happens over a long period of time. And for that, you need consistency. For that, you need more character than just winning a tournament. Now, when I look back at things, I've always been too hard on myself.
Yeah.
But that also allowed me to be very responsible at a very young age.
When you get rid of the insecurities you have as an individual, you will be able to become firstly your own leader in your own space and then be able to take responsibility for the others as well, so that if things go wrong, because the one thing that stops us from realizing how good we can be is failure, is insecurity, right?
Whenever I felt like I was getting pulled in by the environment, I would always disconnect and move away and walk away, and it always rejuvenated. Sometimes what you realize is that at any given point of time in life as a human being, you really need to just take a couple of steps back and understand how you are doing, how your well-being is, where it's placed.
But for me, there always have been two options for me. Either it's fight or flight, and I've never taken flight. I've never taken flight. For me, that's just not because look, I can take flight if I can't sleep peacefully at night. For me, it's not worth it. I might as well take the fight. If I fail, I know that I took the right option, and that gives me peace. For me, when I leave the field, as I just said, I need to be able to know that I've given everything I had, and I sleep like a baby. There's nothing else that can distract me then, because in my potential as a human being, God has blessed me with a healthy mind, healthy body, an opportunity which everyone wants. So I have to be honest to that. I have to live up to that. So for me, these things are just a process, just a part of the process, which is you keep moving forward. You keep taking the positive option. Whether you get success or not, that's irrelevant, but never take a backward step. There's no point in just competing if you don't want to be the best. So I wanted to be the best version of myself, and then I based everything around that vision. And then my training, my diet, my approach towards the game, everything changed. Look, when I step onto the field, I have to believe that I'm the best. Because my mindset, as I said, was very clear from the first time I started playing this game. I'm not going to allow anyone to think that I'm just a pushover on the field. It's not to disrespect anyone, but it's belief in my own abilities. Because look, at this level, people are going to eat you up. If you show them any vulnerability or fears, they're going to eat you up. So for me, I just have to be as fearless as I can. And
I've always been looked at as someone who is very confident, very mentally strong, and just can endure any situation, any circumstance, and find a way and show us the way.
So I felt like I don't want to walk into the field thinking, or the opposition thinking, or this is just a pushover. Don't worry about this guy. He's going to do no damage to us, and he's just playing just like another player in the team and stuff. I wanted to make an impact. I knew that I have the ability to make my team win, and I wanted to be that version of myself where if I walk in, I wanted teams to think like, we need to get this guy out or else we're going to lose the game.